James for three.
Puso at lakas, sports sa Pinas. Kasama sina Coach Jojo at Coach Janet Villa.
Mga kaagapay, our guest is a former varsity player ng UP Fighting Maroons volleyball team. Champion sila, no? Katakot-takot na medalya at trophy ang kanyang kinuha. At the same time, was also part of the national team, ng ating men's volleyball team. So, from Maroons to representing the country, let's all welcome Nori Uy. Hi Nori.
Hi, good evening, Jojo. Good to be here. Thank you for your invitation.
Coach Nori, ko coach kasi si Coach Nori, meron rin siyang mga volleyball clinics, no? So, I will call him coach, no? Coach or Nori, no? So, Nori, alam mo ang volleyball medyo pumutok ngayon, no? And the reason why it is sikat, it's because of television. Sabi nga nila, it is television that changed the game. But during your time, babalik tayo, no? Anong year ka naglaro sa UP men's volleyball team?
Yes, I will address you also as Coach Jojo because there is respect among coaches. I played in UP varsity volleyball in 1976. That is the same year I graduated from LaSalle Green Hills. So I changed my color from green to maroon. I played for the UP varsity for 5 years. At that time, the limit of the varsity from 4 years was increased to 5 years. So I was able to play for 5 years.
Okay. Nori, Coach Nori, halos hindi ka naman nagbago kasi ang UP naman is green and maroon. Di ba?
That's right.
Hindi lang tayo green, hindi lang tayo maroon. Green and maroon. But mas kilala sila sa Fighting Maroons. And Coach Nori, how many championships ang pinanalunan mo when you were with the men's team?
In 1976, when I joined, unfortunately, we lost a very tight game to UST. But that was the turning point for the Maroons. When we lost, it was still 5 sets then. And the last set was a 15-13 game, which we lost. And the next year we came back, 1977. We realized that we had created a big mistake in 1976. We came back with a vengeance. We won until 1981. That was when my final year at UP also. We won 4 straight championships. It was very fulfilling because the player in 1976 became our coach also. So we had mutual respect for one another, and we knew what it took to make a champion team.
Sino yung coach nyo during that time?
Our teammate in 1976 was Coach Vip Isada, Sergio Isada. He is also known as a rally driver, an excellent rally driver. In 1976, our coach also originally was a man named Florian Flores. Florian Flores was his real name. But he was a physical therapist who was excellent in volleyball and coaching. He decided to migrate to Hawaii and turned over the reins to Coach Vip. So he was our teammate when we lost to UST. And he became the coach to succeed Poyan Flores in 1977. And he held the coaching helm for, I think, close to 15 or 18 years at UP. Of course, it was difficult to duplicate a championship after 4 years because you usually graduate the good players and you'll have to look for new ones. It was difficult to play for UP because academically UP is very demanding and the standards of studying were quite high. And you had no benefits as an athlete then. I think we were getting 2 or 3 pesos a game, which is all UP could afford to give us an allowance. 2 to 3 pesos could buy us maybe several banana cues or soft drinks. So it was a little difficult. You had to have your own sacrifices.
Nori, no? Yung, kung pwede nating sabihin, ito yung glory years ng men's volleyball. Kasi 4 championships.
That's right.
Kasi hindi ko alam kung nasundan pa. But I remember, pag sinabing yung men's volleyball team ng UP, it's because may mga players sila na coming from one school. And maybe I could say na ito yung parang feeder program. Kasi yung mga players dito sa high school na ito, eventually they from high school, then they went to college, karamihan magkakabatch sila, no? And napansin ko, no, Coach Nori, na most of them came from LaSalle Green Hills. Magaling ba talaga ang LaSalle Green Hills when it comes to volleyball sa high school?
I would like to say yes, they are good. We had difficulty in recruiting players from LaSalle Green Hills when we got to UP because of the demand of studies. However, there were 3 consecutive national players from the years 1974, which was now Dr. Cesar Espiritu, 74, of LaSalle Green Hills. The next one was 1975. His name is Mike Verano, who is currently the commissioner of the UAAP volleyball competitions. And then I was in 1976. I'd like to believe that because the 3 of us made the national team, we had a good coach. He was not exceptional in skills training. His name was Mr. Butch Bautista. He didn't teach us too much on the skills, but he invited many of the national players to help us and train us and to inspire us. In fact, one of my heroes was a man named August Santa Maria. He was considered a top volleyball player in Asia in 1973. And he encouraged us to join them and to watch them, which is the start of usually an inspirational and aspirational quest for any young student. You first want to have a mentor, and when you have a mentor, you follow that person all the way. I had another mentor who was Coach Poyan Flores. He inspired us to be greater men than we are. So the purpose was not only volleyball, but to be contributors to society.
Alam mo, Coach Nori, ang advantage ng having a mentor is ang daming hindi masasayang na oras. Kasi kung wala kang mentor, parang you are starting from scratch, no? Yes, everybody would start from scratch. But alam mo yun, pag may tumututok sa'yo, di ba, may nagme-mentor sa'yo, may nag-guide sa'yo, meron kang teacher. Kasi ang mentor is parang teacher yan eh. Tututukan ka niya to make sure that you have the skills because you already have the talent. But at the same time, yung attitude, yung the right attitude, no? Ifo-form ka niya for you to have the right character. Kasi sa sports, pag sinabing itong player na ito may character to, ang dating no negative. But the mentors, ang goal nila is to mold you into a person of character, yung tinatawag na positive character. Tingin mo, ano ang what made your coach sa high school different from your coach in college? Unahin natin yung coach mo in high school.
In high school, I think the introduction of the sport was more important to encourage you to join. Sometimes the coach is not concerned too much on the emotional or the technical, the uh, the finer things like discipline, resilience. There are several of them, no? The major ones of high school are character formation and less of the technical skills because the people are only developing, the students are just developing their physical attributes. Strength is not so much concentrated on in high school, but endurance, the easier ones are endurance, awareness, consistency. That was what Mr. Bautista was good at. No? Usually in high school, dapat maging all-around ka muna. Subukan mo muna ang basketball, swimming, volleyball. And then more or less when you get better in college, you focus. And that's where you try to become better and become an elite athlete.
Mm-hmm.
So, the elite coaches naman, they know what it takes to become elite, which includes the physical, emotional, mental, because they say sports is a lot mental. Yung mental aspect, once you cave in mentally or emotionally, it's quite difficult for the physical to follow. Kung takot ka na, sa umpisa pa lang takot ka na, it's hard to function. So you'll have to learn that even from high school or college. It's the coach who is a good coach that brings out from the athlete the best he can be. And that's difficult. You have to, as a coach, you have to learn that. You have to study them. You have to understand what kind of a person they are. So, Coach Jojo, it's a complicated business of coaching. And we cannot say that we know everything.
Yeah, that's true, no? Yung binanggit mo kanina when it comes to high school, I think it's getting you prepared to play the game and then enjoy the game and then love the game. It's more of introduction to the sport, no? Pero syempre may competition. But when you get to play dito sa college level, which is mataas, no? So, nandyan na yung strategy, nandyan na yung tactics, nandyan na yung physical conditioning, nandyan na yung use of the mind, the use of the heart, and yes, I think ang preparation as compared sa high school, kasi ayoko naman sabihin laro-laro lang. In a way, ito yung laro as compared pagdating sa college or sa UAAP level. Medyo ano na to, bakbakan na to na ang kalaban mo, the best of the different schools, and then nag-try out sila either sa FEU, UST, NU, and then mga kalaban mo na yung maybe the best players from Rizal, the best players from Pampanga, and then they are formed into one fighting team, and then wow, mataas na level to, no? And hindi ka ba nabigla, Coach Nori, na bigla kang nasa mataas na level? UAAP.
I was fortunate, Coach Jojo. My father was a successful businessman, and he was able to provide us with things that were not common. One of them is a membership to a club. And early in life, he taught us something. He said, whatever it is you want to be, Don't waste your time. Just be the best in it. So, as early as elementary, sayang yung oras mo kung gagastos ka lang ng maglaro para maglaro, tapos ilaro-laro mo lang. So, we knew what excellence was early in life. And I was fortunate enough to have been coached by some. I was really, really fortunate. If I were to give you an example, my first sport was judo. And it taught us discipline. You have to train on a certain time. But then it also taught you how to fight and be resilient, how to be strong inside. How did we gain that? We had a teacher who was an excellent teacher, but he invited the national champions to teach kids so that they also had their purpose in, you don't just become the national judo champion and forget it. You win and then go home and take care of yourself. Take care of the next generation is what our coach said. No? So my inspiration was the national champion. His name was Ronnie Diogi. And early in life, I was successful enough to be the national boys champion also. So because I was inspired to play because of Ronnie Diogi. My next sport naman, fortunately again, was a sport available in that club, badminton. Dati naman in 1973, hindi naman uso yung badminton noon eh. But my sister said, "You can't beat me." So I said, "I'll try to beat you." So may competition na naman yun. After 2 years, I became national boys champion of badminton also. And my coach then was the national champion of badminton because he found himself in the club to teach people. And then he said, "Honori, come, I want to teach you. I think you will become the next national champion of badminton of the Philippines." So he inspired me and drew my my desire to excel. It's all a matter of finding a mentor. Maybe we don't ask enough. The Americans would be brave enough to say, "Can you teach me or can you be my teacher?" Not many Filipinos will want to do that. Kasi nahihiya sila. Oy, don't talk to strangers or don't talk to that. Why not? if we can learn something and improve our God-given talents, it would be a shame if God gave you a talent and you don't use it. According to God, He gives us and rains us with a lot of grace and blesses us with a lot of things. It's up to us to discover what we're good at and with the help of others, attain the best that we can be. And that's the job of coaches also, to spot the good ones and to inspire them to become better. Sana we can all be a mentor to someone because each one has a gift. And if we don't use the gift, you don't use it, you will lose it, is what they say. So, Coach Jojo, we are called by God to be users of the skills that He has blessed us with.
Coach Nori, dalawa yung nakuha ko, based dun sa story mo. Number one is judo, and hindi just an ordinary coach, Kasi the difference between a coach and a teacher, ang coach, minsan hindi siya malalim eh. But yung coach na teacher of the game who would really teach you all the important things, From the basics until yung mas malalim na, and then would develop you. Gusto ko yung binanggit mo. The coach or teacher who could spot talent and then inspire that person. Kasi binigyan na tayo ng passion. Passion is given by the Lord. Yung passion is something that you love doing it because you enjoy doing it, And because God has given you a purpose, no? And for you, there was a time na judo. And dun sa judo, it developed muscular endurance. Kasi ang judo, ano to parang labanan ng into submission, no?
Yeah.
Ngayon, lumipat ka sa badminton. Pag sinabing badminton, ito naman yung game of speed, quickness, change of pace. So, yung katawan mo was developed na judo, endurance. Pagdating naman sa badminton, ang na-develop sa iyo is quickness. So panay fast twitch muscles, no? Ang na-develop. So when you jumped into another sport which is volleyball, so I think the Lord has prepared you from this sport to this sport and then to volleyball. Unless there's a third sport before you jumped into volleyball.
Di naman. Those are the major sports that I joined. But that's very true, Coach Jojo, because when I got into volleyball, my body was prepared. My mental toughness was prepared through judo, speed and agility through badminton. I went into volleyball 1976 to UP. In 1 year of playing with our coach who honed us, who sharpened us, I made it to the national team in the end of 1976. So it was just a matter of a year. I made the national team. And I think the leaders also of volleyball that they spot good talent and they try to develop it. Although the programs of volleyball were not as finessed as now, medyo rough on the edges ang unang mga volleyball programs. Now we're more scientific, no? So it makes it easier for the players now to excel.
Coach Nori, tingin mo, ano ang meron ka? That's why you excelled.
Wow, Coach Jojo, that's a difficult.
Ano tingin mo? Ano ang meron ka na tingin mo that sets you apart from others, no? Maybe 2 or 3 things na tingin mo na I became a national player because I had this during my time. Na yung others wala or nagpabaya.
I don't have it listed down, but off the top of my head, I have something that I can expound on. I think I would put this as top 3. Be prepared with a good perspective. Why so? When I went to UP, I lived in Makati. And going to UP every day at 7 o'clock, riding the bus, getting off UP Diliman already from Makati, it's just one ride. Pero it took me 1.5 hours every day. So you have to prepare. You have to be persistent in your purpose. Alam mo, pupunta ako sa UP para sa volleyball. I thought UP was just a public school, no? Kala ko, madali lang yan. Kaya-kaya ko yan academically. Pala, it was the premier university of the Philippines. Pinakamahirap pala. Aside from volleyball, you have to take care of your studies because you cannot play in the UAAP unless you pass 66% of your subjects. So we had to really study as well. Pero when we got home, when we finished the practice, it was something like 8:30 at night. So we would go home and by the time I got to Makati, mga 9:30 na, wala na mga jeep, hindi na ako makasakay. I got down from the bus station with my backpack, still sweating. Kasi after practicing, you're sweating. Nasa bus kami, katabi ko, siguro nagtataka, bakit nagpapawis itong batang to? When I got to Ayala, I had to run home. Every night, I had to run home because wala nang jeep. So, if you don't have a good perspective, you'll be sore. You'll be mad. And for a while, I said, Panginoon, bakit mo ako pinapahirapan? sumali na nga ako sa volleyball, pero nahihirap lang ang inaabot ko. I had to run home. And by the time I got home, I had to heat the food because 10 o'clock na yon. Tapos I had to study and wake up at 7 o'clock the next day. So if you don't have a good perspective and you lose focus, you'll give up. What happens? I made the national team because I could outrun and jump anyone who would be playing for 2 to 3 hours because I was being prepared by God pala. Ganun pala yung Diyos. Hindi niya sasabihin sa iyo, "Oh, Nori, I will prepare you this way. You have to run every day." Hindi ganon. He will test you in so many ways and strengthening you mentally, technically, emotionally. I think I realized it only after I made the national team. I was so fortunate to have made that national team, and I'm trying to pay it forward by helping out also younger athletes, and that's where one of my favorite verses in the Bible comes in. 2 Timothy 2. It says, sandali, hanapin ko muna. "And the things that you have heard from me among many witnesses, commit these to faithful men who will be able to teach others also." So, when God gives you something, He doesn't want you to keep it. Dapat ikalat mo kasi the way you are successful, dapat you want others to be successful too. It's not like when I was playing badminton and judo. It was for yourself. You win or you lose, it's because you practiced hard, or you lost because you didn't practice. But in volleyball, you had to bring others up. If you are a good player, you have to bring up 5 others so that you can win. But it's easier for 5 people to bring up 1. So develop the leaders so that if someone fails, they can bring up the weak teammate. So there's so many things to learn in sports, Coach Jojo. Sana everybody has the opportunity to be a sportsman as well as a coach. It will really bring out the best in you.
Alam mo, Coach Nori, that's the first time na I've heard na somebody, when I asked them na, ano yung meron ka, no? What sets you apart, no? Sabi mo yung having a
Good perspective.
perspective, no? A different perspective or a better perspective. What came to my mind is, alam mo, sabi ng isang coach, no, si Bobby Knight, who was one of the best college coaches, sabi niya, it's not just preparation, but the will to prepare to win. Sabi niya,
That's so true. That's
Diba?
so true. Yes.
ang labanan dyan yung preparation Kasi everybody wants to win. But what did you do for you to have a better chance of winning? So, it is, nasa practices yan, no? Sabi nga nila, just like sa mga lawyers, the cases are won sa library. Di ba? Kasi, ni-research mo. Dito naman, as an athlete, the games are won during the practices. Pag yung mga practices mas mahirap than the game itself, pagdating mo sa laro, sinasabi ng iba, medyo putong-puto na yan. Kasi dinaanan ko na lahat no?
That's right. That's right. Very true, Coach Jojo. If you're not willing to pay the price, then you won't be a good elite athlete. Hindi ka nagpawis, or sinasabi nila ilan kaban pang bigas ang kakainin mo. In a way, that was the sarcasm of the Filipinos, no? But sana they put it in a better light. Sana, hey, work harder because when you work harder, you will see the fruits of your labor. Hindi yung marami ka pang kakainin na bigas. Parang negative. Hindi affirmative.
Yeah, that's true. Coach Nori, ano yung yung heartache, the biggest heartache na talagang naramdaman mo na naluha ka because of I don't know, playing volleyball, either college, or in the national team? Yung hindi mo makakalimutan. The one that really stings.
I I was in 1976 when we lost to UST, and the first 6 members of the team just couldn't believe it, and we were living together in the dorm. We got around to having a drink when we all decided we should do something about this. No, it's something you could not stomach. It was something like an epiphany or a rude awakening, and we all decided that we would not let it go. For our coach, our former coach, Poyan Flores, and who, by the way, already passed away, no? Parang hindi mo matanggap, and dapat maging masakit for you to learn a lesson. Sometimes God works through the pains of life, and you will find Him there. So don't treat pain as an unloving act of God, but He allows it so that you will find Him. So it's again going back to the perspective idea. Don't think that having a hard time or having a cramp is too easy or too hard for you. It's better to go through the difficulties and then have life easier, have your game easier, or take it easy and lose a lot. Nobody likes to lose. So if you don't want to lose, work harder and just be good at what you're doing.
Coach Nori, when I was with the men's basketball team, Team B pa lang ako noon, no? Ako yung statistician before I got a chance to join Team A, no? Sa UP men's basketball team. Natalo sila consecutive 1982 and 1983 championship, no? Gusto ko lang itanong to. Ano itsura ng locker room? Nung nasa locker room kayo, nung natalo kayo ng championship, can you hear a pin drop because there was just silence?
I can remember it was not silence. It was crying. So when the emotions come in, I think there also develops a resolution or a resolve. And sometimes the elite athletes are the ones that cry more often and resolve in their mind that they want to be better. And again, that's a change of perspective. No? You have to see it. John Maxwell has it titled correctly, Failing Forward. When you fail, you have to learn. You have to learn from the error or from the incident. That's the only way you can do a turnaround so that you can move forward. That's a good lesson for us to learn.
I like it. Failing forward. Yung isang coach ng North Carolina, no, the legend Dean Smith, sabi naman niya, if you make a mistake or if you lose in a championship, then you just have to admit it. Natalo tayo, no? Admit it, learn from it, move forward, and then forget about it. I think it's more of having, tama nga, yung binabanggit mo, yung perspective, no? And losing a championship, I know it's painful, but they shouldn't be considered as landmines, but stepping stones. Stepping stones for you to build the next chapter, no? Because there's another season, no? Unless talagang nag-graduate ka. And what makes a good athlete, no? Based sa mga teammates mo. Anong tingin mo, Coach Nori? If you look at your teammates, because champion kayo, no? And one of my mentors in coaching in not basketball, si Coach Mark Hall, binanggit niya sa akin dati, you know, Joe, the sport that needs teamwork, it's volleyball. Because wala pwedeng missing link. Hindi naman pwedeng pagtakpan yung isang player kasi lahat kayo, you have roles to play, lahat kayo may spots. Pag pumunta doon sa weakest link at namatay ang bola, tapos na. Hindi ka mukha sa basketball, being a basketball coach, pwede naming itago eh. We can play zone. We can play different kinds of defenses. Sa volleyball, you just have to defend. And you have to defend your spot or your area, or else the ball will always go to you at you are going to be a milking cow. So tingin mo, ano ang nakikita mong sa mga teammates mo, what makes a good player?
That's a very good observation, Coach Jojo. Volleyball, you have to be all around it. You have to develop your all-around skills because you will have to take a position in every area of the court. Pwede ka rin itago, parang zone defense, pero you will be a liability because instead of the opponent having 6 against them, kung yung isa itatago mo, 5 na lang. 5 guarding 6 is way too hard to beat. So everyone has to be all around. But we developed at that time in UP a role play already. Hindi pa uso noon yung role playing. I think in basketball you have what role do you have? May 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 kayo, no? Ngayon, sa volleyball, meron outside hitter, opposite hitter. Dati walang ganun eh. You had to be good in every position because it was called for. What we understood was we had to role play. And you had to be good in it because if you don't, and you are the weakest link, tama yung sinabi mo, dun ka ibobodega, no? They'll just keep driving the ball there. And the coaches know that eh. Kasi they can watch your practice games and they'll immediately determine that you are the bodega if you are the weakest link. So they will concentrate all the plays against that weakness. It's no different from basketball. If you have a poor center, then drive into the middle and attack from the center. No? I'm glad the UP guys, my teammates, understood that, and because the coach had to explain why, the purpose of our plays. That's how a good coach comes out. Eh. He explains the whys. But there are some questions to answer. Who, where, what, when, how. Yung mga critical na tanong na ganyan, dapat masagot mo. If you don't, then you are just acting on nothing. No? How can you explain to a player, basta sundin mo ako? That's not a good coach. The good coach must explain why.
Ang tawag ko doon, nahuhula eh. Kasi, ang mga players, magagaling yan. Di ba? Mauhuli nila kung yung coach may alam or walang alam.
Binobola lang tayo, ganun ba?
Oo, kaya sabi sa akin ng isang coach, when I went into coaching, sabi niya, pag nalaman ng player na, uy, wala palang alam si coach, tapos ka. That would medyo yung respeto nila, maybe they would respect you. But yung respeto na talaga na, yung sinasabi na, I believe in my coach, medyo mawawala. Kasi ang alam lang nila, nandun ka because of the position, but in terms of substance and knowledge of the game, medyo wala. Coach Nori, ano ang pagkakaiba ng mga players dati? Sa tingin mo, compared sa mga players ngayon, with all the perks?
Wow, the perks now are astonishing. I've heard that there are 6-digit players receiving salaries or allowances. That's good also. But don't forget that sometimes it's not all money or not all allowances. Sana they can also differentiate that. No? There's a lot more to sports like character, integrity. these are the more important things that they have to consider. Success is good, but do not sacrifice the other uh, character points that are more important to God than to man.
Mm.
So I'd like to have their allowances now because they're quite high and it can sustain you. I think that's one of the difficulties of the athletes before, is how to sustain yourself, no? Because you give up a lot of academics to be able to play. But then after the season or your season in life is over, what do you do? How do you earn an income, or how do you feed the family if you're not equipped? So that's where I think UP has also equipped us. It's not only physically gifting through sports, but also mentally and emotionally.
Mm.
The education, one more, coach. I think you'll also feel this, di ba? UP does not teach only in the classrooms. It is also outside of the classrooms where you learn more. How to deal with others, teamwork, giving up your seat in the bus or in the jeep to a lady, honesty. When you find a ball pen left there, what do you do? Do you pocket it, or do you keep it, or leave it where it is? So the little things mean a lot, and I hope bigger salaries or bigger allowances does not mean that you will forego the small and important things.
Mm. I think yung binabanggit mo, no, correct me if I'm wrong, no, yung values based, no, yung at the same time, yung intrinsic motivation. Why do I play that sport? Why do I play basketball or volleyball, no? Ibig sabihin, kung wala bang yung astronomical salaries, no? Hindi nga parang salary na kasi six figures, no? Will I still play the game? I think during your time and my time, because we love the sport, we love our teammates, we love the school, lalaro tayo. Binanggit nga ni Coach Nori, no? 3 pesos. Naabutan ko 4 pesos eh. That was 1980. High school pa lang ako noon. Yung 4 pesos pa niyon times 12. So, yun lang yung allowance mo. Pag practice, wala. So, imagine how ang liit ng allowance, but because we love the sport, God has given us that inspiration and passion to play it. We do it. Bonus na lang yung winning. But syempre, hindi naman bonus. We also would want to win. Kasi kung hindi naman, nakakahiya naman. No? And Coach Nori, you've been mentioning that you see that the Lord uh, has this wonderful plan for you, no? Since you were in high school, college, and then the national team. How did you get to know about the Lord?
Oh, it was through a friend of mine who introduced me to the Lord. She was a patient. She became my girlfriend and eventually my wife. She's now my wife. Her name is Martha. She goes by the family name of Orosa. She introduced me by telling stories, Bible stories. And when I listened to the stories, I felt attached. Kasi the stories talked about the heroes of the Bible. Someone like Moses. Moses, she told me, was a stutterer. He came out of the basket when he was in the river, picked up by the Pharaoh. And so I could relate to it, and I probably fell in love with the stories and eventually by the storyteller. No? So I fell in love because she cared enough for my soul. And I think I read through that. I wish I knew the Lord even in high school. Although we went to a Catholic school, maybe they were a little more controlling then. So they did not give us a whole story of the Bible then. I felt that when she gave me these stories, uh, it gave me a reason for being, why God made me. Is because he loved me so much that he gave his only son, and that blew my mind. How a very impersonal God, while I was in high school, suddenly he becomes a very relational God, and he wants to get involved in my life. So it it had a profound impact on my life. And Coach Jojo, ang haba ng storya ng pagmamahal ng Diyos sa buhay ko. I wanted to be a coach, but it was my wife who said, Nori, you were meant for bigger things. I said, but I want to be a coach. In fact, I took up an international coaching course, and I was certified by the Federation of FIVB, Federation of International Volleyball Federation. In 1981, I got my degree, and I was a stage 2 coach out of 3 stages. Stage 1 is parang beginner, ako advanced. Yung stage 3 noon is pang international champions lang yun eh. So bawal kami doon. Hindi pa tayo champion sa Asian Games noon. So I got my coaching course, and I wanted so much, but my father committed me to his friend to work in a company. So I was heartbroken. Sabi ko, I wanted to be a coach. I wanted to teach. In fact, I was already being eyed by UP to teach in the Institute of Sports and Physical Education. But my father committed me to to a taipan, actually. And that's where I learned the rudiments of business. And I never took a business course in UP, but I learned the business there. And little did I know, God had a plan for me. He opened the door to so many other things I could learn. And eventually, I used some coaching skills at work. And I was able to come up with a challenge from another mentor. I consider a mentor of mine. I'm sure you know him. An American pastor visited the Philippines in 2003, and he challenged me, Nori, can you please come up with 18 to 20 leaders? And I said, I will try, Pastor John. And by this time, if you know leadership, you will know Pastor John Maxwell. I was the first Filipino to play golf with him, and he challenged me. And he says, Norman, after next year, can you come up with 18 to 20 leaders? So he came back the next year, and I sadly reported to him. I said, sorry, Pastor John, I only came up with 18. And he says, wow, 18, how did you do that? That's unheard of. I've heard of maybe 1 to 5, but not 18 in 1 year. And he challenged me by giving me 5 books because I beat him at golf. So he gave me 5 books, and that's where I started to learn leadership and how to coach people and to coach the children of God. So fortunately, I was able to use the skills that he taught me, aside from the coaching skills. And God used me there, and I came up with a good program for the corporate world, at least only for the divisions and the companies I handled. And they thank me for it. The managers and the executives thank me for imparting to them the little knowledge that I know. So, Coach Jojo, it's a rewarding thing to coach people in life and volleyball.
Tingin ko doon is, now, you've reached yung full circle, no? Kasi
Yeah.
your dad had plans for you, no?
Mhm.
And you were playing for because of your passion. And then right now, you got to know about the Lord. You were playing or doing something more with a purpose. And right now, nalala ko na from corporate world, sabi mo you wanted to be a coach. But now you are a coach again. Kasi you have your own ministry or anong tawag doon? Your you want to pay it forward, no? Because you were blessed to become a national player and now you want to give back, no? Tell us more about your volleyball, is it a camp or academy that ito na, Coach Nori uwi na. Bumalik ulit sa pagiging coach.
This is just a small start. Coach Jojo, you will probably laugh at the breadth and the scope of what we try to do, but it's a small start. I started a thought called Volley Life. It was actually volleyball as well as life. So you don't only learn volleyball, but you learn little things about life. And that's where we wanted to inject the biblical principles. And one of the uh, uh, one of the main things that we wanted was a term called transformation. Okay, so uh, we were concerned about people being lost uh, and separated from God. And we wanted volleyball sana as a ministry because it's a chance during the breaks to inject biblical principles. So hindi ka lang volleyball player, pero you will become a functioning citizen of the Philippines because you have good values. Christian values ang gusto namin. So I came up with this Valley Life program with 5 former national players. And the more important one was they are all born again Christians. Okay, so if I mention the names, you will probably know of them, and I will describe a little of their backgrounds. Uh, this is not according to age, but maybe by seniority, out of out of honor. Mahilig kami sa honoring the elders ahead of the younger ones. The first person is a very famous coach, the winningest UAAP coach in the history of volleyball. His name is Emiliano Lontok. He's often called as Coach Emil. He coached UST, and I have no doubt he has maybe 15 or 16 years of championships under his belt, both men and women, and even the national team. So he first started in 1973. I think it was called the Asian Zonal Championships. He came from Cavite. He now lives, I think, in Bacoor. So he loves the Lord a lot, and he is so much better at sharing the word of God in Tagalog than I am. The second person is a very famous female. Her name is Coach Thelma Barina. She was our national player for, I think, close to also 15 or 16 years. And she was the ace spiker, or the best spiker the Philippines has ever developed. She hails from Cebu, and we call her the Flying Cebuana kasi she just stays in the air for quite a while. There was another girl who served also the national team. Her name is Joji Maranga. She also came from Cebu, but I think she's now based in Butuan. And she has 2 or 3 schools being supported by Valley Life right now, teaching them the basics as well as Christian principles. So she's living in Mindanao. She's the Mindanao connection. Thelma is in Manila, but goes to Cebu often. So if we are to conduct any efforts to spread the gospel in volleyball, it will be by area of responsibility, Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao. The last one is a national player also. He was my former player in the junior national team. His name is Oti Kamangyan. He was the Secretary General of the Volleyball Association for a very long time. This guy knows practically every player the Philippines past and future. But now he's the director, the athletic director of NU, National University. He has developed their program, and that's why I think NU will be in the championship circle for quite a while, no? Because it is being handled by a good volleyball player with good technical skills. Oh, I'm sorry, he's Dr. Oti. He has a PhD in education. So there are 5 of us who love the Lord, and we would like to spread the advocacy of volleyball and spreading the good news. So there you are, Coach Jojo. We're trying to contribute and share. Like I said, we wanted to commit to faithful men who will be able to teach others. We're looking for coaches to train because they have the best impact. I think that follows your FCA Fellowship of Christian
Yes.
Athletes principle of teaching coaches, because they can touch more lives quickly and easily. We are practically the same thought and principle.
Nako, yes, a coach can impact more people in a single year than the average person can do in a lifetime.
In a lifetime.
Yeah, that's true.
That's wonderful.
Yeah. Coach Nori, thank you for being our guest. I will invite you again, and then I will invite maybe binanggit mo either si Thelma, si Georgie, or si
Emil
or isa doon. Pero gusto ko kasama kita para we can talk about your past, no? Tapos and then the present thing that you are doing, paying it forward, giving your gifts away. Kasi yung gift naman, kung tinago mo yun, sayang eh. Kung talento yun na makakatulong sa marami, dapat ipamahagi. Diba?
That's so true, Coach Jojo. Si Pastor John Maxwell reminded me, a candle loses nothing when it gives its light away. Ang ganda ng principle nun. Then you realize, oh yeah, why didn't I do it much earlier? Kasi who are we to know the one you teach is the next national champion, or will be the next who will carry the light of what you're bringing forward to another generation? Ganda yun. Please don't forget that.
Yeah. We have to give our light away. Sabi nga din nun sa Biblia na sayang naman yung light kung itatago mo under a basket. It has to be put sa hill so that it would give light
Enlighten
to others.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Coach Nori. Ito po si Coach Jojo Villa ng Fellowship of Christian Athletes, at ito ang programang Puso at Lakas Sports sa Pinas sa 702 DZAS FEBC Radio TV. Agapay ng Sambayanan, miyembro ng KBP, kapisanan ng mga broadcaster ng Pilipinas. Magandang Sabado po sa inyong lahat. God bless you, teammates.
Puso at Lakas Sports sa Pinas. Far East Broadcasting Company, Philippines.